Jeremy?
He left.
He left. Amber, do you have anything?
Not, thank you.
Andrea?
Just a couple things. We have ran out of space within the buildings. We've been creative. So we have space, it's just being creating space. So we're in the process of that. We've been able to reduce costs on it based on using some individuals at community service. It's worked out well. We kind of have a mess right now. But we have one other project we have to finish up, and it's in regards to the cameras in our DVR unit. Our current DVR unit doesn't have a warranty anymore, and about 2, maybe 3 years ago, we had to deal with it. So we have a new unit being ordered, so that we can actually utilize some of our cameras, and we'll be installing one additional exterior camera so that we can see what's going on in the parking lot outside. So unfortunately, we have a few concerns with some of the neighbors. Please look at that area, and so quite often law enforcement will come and ask to use our cameras, and without that DVR unit, we're not going to be able to have any of that anymore. So that's just some upcoming things. It doesn't have any costs in the county general. It's coming out of our budget.
Brian, you're here this morning. Do you have any news for us from the public defender's office?
Not today, trying to learn and we'll meet everybody.
You keeping pretty busy?
Yes, we're very good. But I think we're doing okay.
All right. I'll go ahead and, I talked to Greg Morrison about this before the meeting. Brian hit me up about not having a liaison, so Greg graciously agreed to be his liaison. Appreciate it coming. So, you guys know each other.
Doing that, meeting great.
So, do we have any reports for each?
Good morning. As you may have noticed, I'm not Monica Nagel. I'm Ashley Adair. I'm the Ag and Natural Resources Educator over at the Purdue Extension Office. I do have our quarterly Extension Express to share with you today, so if you wouldn't mind taking a copy and passing that down. So just a couple programs to highlight from Purdue Extension. The first one you'll see is the A&R program. It was a local food summit that we held here in April. We got to showcase a little bit of the renovations that were done at the 4-H building and brought a lot of players from the community, from government, from the city, and from the local food system to come and convene and discuss some of the issues facing small farms in the community today. So we had about 75 people in attendance at this event. There was a lot of good learning going on and some momentum for hopefully eventually forming a local foods council here in the community and just keeping a good pulse on local food, farmers market, and our food system here in the county. On the reverse side, the first program mentioned there is the Health and Human Sciences I Am Moving, I Am Learning program. Monica was interested in bringing this program to the community because of the mayor's, because of his emphasis on access to childcare in the community. So at New Beginnings Child Care Center, Monica was able to provide a training to the employees there who had no previous training on working with young children, anywhere from 0 to 5 years old, essentially, working on physical activity, music, and that type of thing. She was able to train 15 teachers who now have a lot of skills in that area and are able to provide some more structured learning and just better child care overall at that facility. And then finally, the 4-H program. Abby has written about this year's 4-H camp and how our youth in the community have demonstrated a good culture of leadership coming out of Montgomery County. Just described a lot of the good things that happened at 4-H camp this year, and there's a few of our youth there in that photo that have just done a really great job at 4-H camp this year. So if you have any questions, just let us know. Feel free to give us a call at the Extension office or ask me any questions here. So thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Ashley?
Sure.
The fifth grade at Pleasantville
Yes.
are all 4-H members?
Yes.
How's that program working out? Is it also a curriculum?
So
Kids
it's
doing
probably,
well?
Yes, it's going very well. We did project check-in this past weekend, and all the Pleasant Hill projects came in. They all look pretty good. So you would actually, some of the questions should be directed to Pleasant Hill's leadership. But we've been working a lot with the principal there and through their summer enrichment program with a couple of 4-H volunteers to make sure that that 4-H club is getting the assistance that they need, and building a skill set so that those kids will continue through the 4-H program. So they have a pretty big group over there. I don't recall the exact number of students that are involved, but it's going well so far.
Any other questions for Ashley?
Or other, we're gonna have a 4-H fair this year?
Yes, it starts this week, so please come out.
Thank you.
What are the fair dates?
July 13th through the 19th this year.
Thank you. See, we have the Chamber of Commerce guy here. So, do you have anything to enlighten us with?
Just glad to be here, be attentive to what's going on in our community. Yeah. I'm sorry?
So you sit there all the time, you have nothing to say, what a man.
I'm just trying to be informed.
Well-informed public is good, but
Thank you for the opportunity.
maybe next time you can let us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, don't know if I missed any department head or any organization. Let's see. So we'll start with our committee reports, and we'll start with Mark. You have anything? Okay. Yep.
Nothing.
Mark?
Nothing from my liaison or committee reports, but I would like to address something that was done by the previous council and then approved by the commissioners, which is the economic revitalization area for Sugar Creek, Madison, and Coal Creek townships, voted on and signed in September 2013. I feel that this was ill-conceived and a misuse of the designation of an economic revitalization area. It was a statute created to revitalize slums and areas that were in imminent decline. And I don't believe that in any way these townships were in any kind of decline. If you read the description of an economic revitalization area, it says an area within the corporate limits of a city or town or county which has become residentially distressed, undesirable for, or impossible of normal development and occupancy because of a lack of development, cessation of growth, deterioration of improvements, or character of the occupancy, age, obsolescence, substandard buildings, which have impaired the values or prevent normal development of the property, of property use or of property. I don't think that describes those areas in the slightest. I think with this designation, it has a real financial loss to people that are living in these areas. And the non-participating people to wind farms have been given the slight by people that are leasing their land to wind farms and to the wind farm companies. This whole thing was created to roll out the red carpet to the wind farms. And it absolutely is not fair to the people that live in those townships. 95+% of the people that live in those townships do not want to be designated as a revitalization area, and they don't want wind farms. So I would like to see this council fix something that was done by a previous council and make this right for those people. And I'll just, put it out there, I'll make a motion that we rescind the revitalization, the economic revitalization, the ERA for Sugar Creek, Madison, and Coal Creek townships.
We would have to suspend the rules to vote on that today. I have asked our attorney to check into what we can do, how we can do it in a proper manner. Would you be willing to wait a month? We would. So you withdraw your motion for that? We'll put that in June next month after proper attorney checking it out and see what we can do. And in retrospect, I agree with you. I was a commissioner at the time. Commissioners did it also. And yes, I agree with you. Anything else, Mark?
That's it.
Okay. Great.
I have nothing.
Don?
A couple weeks ago was Toxaway Day from 8 to 1, 5 hours. And on the average, one car pulled in every 45 seconds. So the number was up from last year. It was a really good day. I don't have the official numbers in pounds, but the public really participates in that. And I think I heard a good public service announcement coming from Amber Reed on the radio, and so I'd like to give kudos to her for helping out with that.
And also, we have more Toxaway days in a couple of other counties coming up. Do you know the dates of those?
Greencastle's, Putnam County's been held, and the one in Rockville's next month, but I don't have the dates.
Okay. For those of us who forgot about this one, here in Montgomery County, if you want to go to the other ones, get a little down and get the dates and times. Gary, you have anything?
The only thing I want is, and Jeremy's not here, maybe I'll give it to you and you can relay it as commissioner. I had numerous calls about tree limbs, trees and intersections and on roads, wanting to get them pushed back because of $300,000 combines running down through there and getting the paint. It says something about depreciation on that, what that means. And the other thing was just road conditions. People complaining about roads. And I know we've got some money in the budget for it. So, other than that, I
Just a couple of complaints.
just numerous complaints about that.
I would like to ask Gary about the earth study and what we're going to do about that. I know he doesn't want to
Wheels
talk
have got
about
to
it.
but turn slow. We're finishing up. We're to the point where we're going to have a proposal. We've got a couple of things to track down, and as soon as we get that done, we'll have a proposal for the council. And really don't have anything to put out to the department heads yet, but that's where we're going to be.
I think our message to the department head so far has just been leaving the salaries the way they were last year. And they will be adjusted by the owners committee as.
Well, my question would be, though, are they going to submit a dream list, or are they going, you know, we have always put in a dream list, and, or whatever you want to call it. And so if they put in what they put in last year, they're going to be doing their employees a disservice. And if they do that, so I'm just thinking that if they put in the salaries for last year, that's probably not going to work. So they can put in the salaries for last year, but I really don't think that's going to work. But you can, this is what you guys want.
Well, I mean, historically, $100 in longevity, and that's really the only thing that the council's talked about is an increase in pay. So from there, each department puts what you call a wish list or whatever. It just skews the budget when you put things in there that's not going to happen. The whole idea of this ERF program is everybody's going to know what the increases are, how they're going to work from the inception of the ERF program going forward. And we want to get that right before we put it out. We want to get it right. I mean, we can put a number in the budget for the ERF program and move forward. But ultimately, every year, it's just been a $100 longevity increase. That's been the only increase that's ever been put in. It's pretty much annual. If they would put that in there, that's pretty much normal. But the stipends and all that stuff just clouds the issue, as far as I'm concerned.
And then you'll have some for us.
Make every effort.
And I appreciate the efforts that you guys are making on this, because that's a big deal. It's a long, drawn out process. We've got a lot of hours in it, and I appreciate the committee's work on all of it. And it will hopefully help us and future councils make decisions on salaries. Anything else, Gary? Okay. As we get the budgets in, which has been requested to be in by this Friday, thinking with the budget committee, which is Gary, myself, and Mark Davidson, we should probably get together probably sometime before our next meeting, just to kind of go over things and see where we're at. I know that if you get the request in, you have to go to a vendor of our software, financial software, to have them do something with it. Since we don't own
Our
those
software won't do it, so we have to have a vendor do it for us in an Excel spreadsheet.
Right. Hopefully we can get that fixed at some point,
Yeah,
where we actually own our own numbers.
well, it's gonna be on my wish list.
Okay. Anyhow, being on the budget committee, we'll probably, hopefully get together before our next meeting. Maybe we'll have an opportunity, maybe not.
Yes, they're supposed to have everything turned into me by the 13th. I'm gonna take that information, send it to the vendor. He's gonna put it all together in that nifty little spreadsheet that we're used to seeing. And then we have our budget workshop on August something, the 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah, August the 8th. So, yeah, I mean, we'll for sure be getting together then,
Okay.
but if you want to get together prior to that, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to get that spreadsheet back from my vendor, so.
Right. And on the DLGF workshops, is there a problem if the majority of the council shows up, or should there just be?
These are not public meetings,
Okay.
so you cannot have a majority.
Okay. And that's August the 8th?
Yeah.
Do I have any volunteers or councilmen who would like to go to that workshop? So we can kind of get a count, know who's going to be there and who can't be there. Okay, I don't want to assign anybody that job. I'll probably be there. Gary said he would be there. Don, you be there? But if any of the other councilmen want to be there, I'm sure one of us would be glad to be there.
And typically a commissioner comes too. No pressure, Jim.
Only one of the two that's not here, I guarantee you that.
Isn't it typically the president of the commission?
I do not recall.
Okay. Okay, I guess some other housekeeping I wanted to take care of with my report was Mark Davidson and I were talking, and he is liaison to the communications center. And I asked him if he might want to take my place on the governing board. I don't know if that's a statute that the president has to do on that. You know?
I believe it's in the interlocal that way, but I don't know if it can be modified or not. I mean, it would take a modification in the interlocal. It states president of the commission, president of the council.
Okay. But anyway, Mark also, I've also told Mark that I would take his place on the IT committee. So any IT committee meetings that you have, Jennifer, or whoever's in charge of getting those together?
I think it's usually Lori.
Lord, okay. I'm taking Mark's spot on that committee. I can't think of anything else on the report. We do have a claim, I guess, for Peters. Is this complete? Has he got his report on it?
More information.
Oh, okay, purpose information. Do we have a claim for Peters?
Yes, and this is services rendered through June 24th.
Okay. $975.41. Do I hear a motion to pay this claim? Don, do I hear a second? Mark Smith. All right. And we do have enough money in our budget to pay for this, cover this?
Yes.
Any other questions or comments? And he's waiting on information from us, Gary, what, like when there was stuff, okay, before he finalized it. He is working on it and has some preliminary stuff. All in favor of paying this, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Now, public comment. If you have any public comment, I just ask you to step up to the mic, state your name and address, and you've got 3 minutes. Just push that. There you go.
Mariah Rashawn, 3480 North, 500 East. Mr. Ruth, you were talking about the road conditions, and I just want to interject that 625 and 4 Garfield Road, anybody know what number that is? 425. The shoulders are deteriorating very quickly because of the detour along bridges. I don't know, did you come out to my house the other day when the alarm went off? Okay, so the alarm went off at my house the other day, and I wasn't in the house, so the alarm company called the police. I was in the driveway, and we sat out there for almost 25 minutes waiting for someone to respond. And I know it's because the bridge is out, and I don't know if there's some sort of an agreement between, I'm closer to Darlington. I know the fire departments have talked and kind of decided to help each other out if there are instances like that. I don't know if you can elaborate on that at all. I just thought 25 minutes is a very, very long time to wait for, someone to get out there. The roads are bad, the shoulders are deteriorating so bad. I was behind a trailer yesterday and just sure he was gonna blow tire on that. I know they reduced the speed limit to 40, but they're not gonna make it until that bridge is done. I mean, it's, and then with 231 at Cassidy blocked, and then Stockwell was blocked. Are you guys trying to close us in? So that's really, the only other thing I had is the, just my opinion about the ERA. Mr. Bain likes to say, if you're not growing, you die. So just look at this from an outside point of view. If you're looking to settle in this community, if you're looking to buy a home, do you want to live somewhere that is a slum? You're not revitalizing the area by making it a poor place to choose to live. 24 wind turbines on the edge of, Coal Creek and Township, and nobody's going to move there. I mean, why would you move there when you can move south of town and have a nice clean view? So I would just put my 2 cents worth in that I'm in favor of rescinding that and keeping our community what it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay. Looks like our next meeting will be August
14? 14?
Anyway, second Tuesday will be August
Yes, August 14th, I think.
at 9 a.m. Right here. And do you know anything about our September and October meetings? We have our September meeting that we have in here. When was the early voting start?
October.
Is it October? I think it's a month before election, so.
So our September meeting.
September meeting here, yeah. October meeting, no.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? I'll make it. Here in a second. All right.